We wanted to do this advice feature with sort of a tongue-in-cheek aspect. I ran this idea by a few friends of mine. They all coincidentally are women who seem to have a deeper insight than most people I know. Assembled this panel with 3 women, 2 of which aren't here, but they supplied written answers to some of these questions. So we set the premise up. Crimson here is a writer, and she's brilliant and a little bit insane and is perfect for this job. And so we're going to start with our first question. This was actually the very first question we received from a friend of mine named Janetta. She said, "How do I tell my daughter her boyfriend is a loser?"
You don't.
Anybody?
2 words, that's right, you don't.
Anybody face that dilemma?
Yes.
All right. Well, my friend Kelly said, "Janetta, I'm not sure how old your daughter is, but as long as he's not being abusive, I think it's something she will have to find out as time goes on. She will see who he really is, even if she is heartbroken, but it will prepare her for her next relationship." What were your thoughts on the?
I agree with Vicki, you don't.
You don't. You just don't. Anybody down with that? Just.
Because, I mean, if you think about when you open the introduction, the problem with you is your boyfriend's a dick. She's not going to be listening, so she'll figure that out. Unless, as Kelly mentioned, if there's some sort of abuse.
Jessica wrote, "There are 2 sides to this. Your idea of a great boyfriend for your daughter and her idea of a great boyfriend for herself. Tell her your opinion. If she's happy and isn't getting into any trouble, let things happen as they will. If things go sour in the long run, you can tell her, 'I told you so.'" I think you have to understand, Jessica is our...
She lives with cats.
Jessica's our resident smartass. I think she meant that in a sarcastic way. I've learned from experience, moms are right all the time. She'll realize that someday. Question number 2. I'm too nice. How can I toughen up without becoming a complete jerk? Your thoughts, Crimson?
My initial thought is, there's no such thing as being too nice.
Okay.
My caveat is, if he's being a martyr and he's self-sacrificing, so maybe he's doing it for attention, you give gifts because you want love off of somebody, or you're martyring yourself because you want to make somebody feel guilty. So because he said, "Oh, how can I toughen up? I'm just too nice."
So you read it like...
So it depends. It depends. If he's really a nice guy, then there's no such thing as being too nice.
Kelly said, "Who says tough people are jerks?" Right. Okay, so we got it right here between our 2 responses. We had both ends of the spectrum. So Kelly wrote, "Being nice is an awesome quality, and the only person that can be a problem with is the person that's too nice. Don't be so hard on yourself. Nobody will think you are a jerk, and if they do, chances are they were already only using you because you're too nice."
Actually, if you're being your authentic self, it doesn't matter if you're being stern and someone takes you as a jerk. If you are comfortable with who you are, some people are a little rougher on the edges.
Well, I think this would be a case where the lead-in would be, the problem with you is, Paul, you're not really comfortable yet with your own self.
With Paul.
Okay. Man, that was hard. This is a question from someone...
We need a softball.
Candace Gibbs Weaver. Oh, goodness. Hi, honey.
What?
How can I get my husband to stop duct taping computer cables to my kitchen floor?
I have a suggestion for that. Start cleaning the cabinets and he will not be anywhere in your kitchen.
So Kelly wrote, "Candace, they have come a long way with duct tape. Buy the duct tape with the really cute designs. You could have a really cute kitchen and start a new trend." Jessica's advice I liked. From Jessica. "When he's down on his hands and
You won't be able to.
when he's down on his hands and knees duct taping away, poke him in the butt with a carrot and tell him you're ready to play horsey." That should do the trick.
He'll be duct taping all day long.
Question 4 from a guy named Roland. Okay, here's my question. In a place like heaven, a place that's perfect, a place that where sin cannot exist, how is it that Lucifer was able to sin in such a perfect place? A place with no temptation, no evil, no corruption. When I get to heaven, am I going to have the ability to sin and fall from grace? I've been taught otherwise. How is it then that Lucifer had that ability? that has always puzzled me. Jessica wrote, Lucifer has a... Now, wow, I really didn't think this would prompt hysterical laughter.
I heard he got kicked out of heaven for smoking.
So, Jessica, who is not only a smartass but a cat lady, wrote, Lucifer has that ability because he doesn't like cats. Not liking cats is a sin. And she referenced 1 Samuel 2:13. So what's your, you wrote an answer. Crimson's answer was, Roland, sin, for lack of a better word, is a matter of free will. God gives us a choice to choose a life of heaven with Him or hell without Him. The entirety of the New Testament can be summed up in one word, love. Continuing that event, think of your marriage to your wife. Okay. What makes your relationship successful is choosing to love and honor one another freely without coercion, guilt, or obligation. That is how Christ asks us to live. How much more powerful is it to surrender yourself, give yourself over? Should you choose otherwise, as Lucifer did, the hell you experience is being separate from God, Christ, and love.
Wow.
Wow.
I knew this was a religious show.
Lock the door.
I know. Yeah, you know, because I kept it under wraps so well for 26 weeks. I'm on number 5 now. I'm on number 6. Counting is hard.
When you get your numbers and colors down, you're going to be a real threat. I'll tell you.
I'm going to tear up first
He's
grade.
busy. He's checking his text. Is this,
Well, no,
is this
no.
show boring you?
No, part of...
You know it show's bad when the host is texting someone
You
else.
fucking people. So,
He's texting.
I'm not... Shut up already. Number 6. This is from Carrie.
He's trying to add race to Facebook.
And this is... We're already Facebooks together.
Pear steak knives.
This is from Carrie. How do I reconcile my love of ice cream and my aversion to thighs rubbing together? Kelly wrote, Carrie, we all have a weakness. We all have a weakness to a certain food. You just need to compromise, and if you're eating it every night, cut back to 3 nights if possible. Or do leg lifts while you're eating the ice cream.
Oh my God.
I personally feel as though that's the enjoyment of exercising. We get to eat more of what we want. Jessica's answer was, rub the ice cream on your thigh. Wait, that sounded a lot funnier in my head than it does written out. I sound like a perv, and you don't even know me. I don't know you. Well, this is awkward.
But how you doing?
So what is your advice to Carrie?
Mine's a little esoteric. One, she's a smart Alex, so okay that. But if she's really serious, like most people struggle with weight, it's never about the ice cream.
Oh God, that sounded really damning. Question 7. This is anonymous. This was someone who did not want her identity or his revealed. My main problem is that I am an under-earner. I suspect there are a whole host of underlying issues regarding this, but that's my main problem. I'm too nice, I think. And then she sort of expounded on it.
Are you on the phone again?
No, this is what she texted me. I have always accepted being paid less now for a payoff that will supposedly come later, but the payoff never comes. So actually, I kind of identify with this. I think it's difficult to price yourself and to draw your line in the sand and say, I am worth this much money. Does anybody kind of feel that same... I mean, we all feel we're underpaid, but does anybody else feel that same sort of crisis, like they can't even face the issue? No, because I've always struggled with this. I've always felt like, okay, you start out at a job and you accept the pay that they offer, and then after you prove your worth, there is a reward. And I've actually never seen that happen.
Never.
Here's your reward. It's right there. If you're doing what you love,
But what if you're not doing what you love? You're doing something to get paid.
then you're in the wrong job.
All right, our last question. You're going to paraphrase this for me.
So this gentleman was a traveling husband, and he was gone 20 weeks out of the year. He said when he did come home, his wife would dump the kids on him. And so he said he thought he was very active in family time, like he was doing his part and taking his responsibility, even though he was working out of town all week long. Needless to say, she feels abandoned, and she cuckolds him and has an affair. So she wants a divorce until her boyfriend breaks up with her. And then she decides she wants to get back with her husband. Meanwhile, they're going back and forth with counseling, and she cancels it until she realizes that she needs him financially.
Oh.
So now he's told his wife he's moving out as planned. He's paying her $2,000 a month to keep the house and the girls. His concern is he doesn't want the girls to suffer. They're not living with a complete family. He doesn't like his wife. He's continuing with the process of divorce, but he is feeling guilty and selfish for continuing what she started.
What a fucking disaster.
You know,
I'm going to help.
the problem with
you is,
Go
and we're talking to the husband.
well, he wants advice.
Well,
She's the one that cheated.
Yeah, here's the deal. You know, and Kelly spoke to this in her answer. Divorces don't just come out of the thin air. There's usually something going on. So this guy's gone half the year. His wife is at home. She's resentful. She's not getting attention. So she fucks around and everyone's going to be on her case. So, you know, he can't exactly carry on like is flawless because he's gone. It takes two to tango.
He's gone for work. He's gone to make money for the family. It's not like he's gone to the strip club.
You know what? If you do preventive maintenance on your car and you take care of your home, you have to do the same thing with a marriage. And no offense, Chris, but now we're not getting married. But that's the problem with men is they think their only role is I'm a provider. And
Oh, honey, I
and
don't work out of town. We're good.
Men, your role is more than a provider and a sperm donor. You have got to participate in the family. You've got to be available to your spouse.
And trust me,
Can
you probably make more money than I do.
Can I jump in?
It's your show.
I think that one thing that's missing from this analysis is this. But if you're not all in on a marriage, you're kind of all out. And I'm not saying that this guy is wrong or this woman is wrong, but to me that's the starting point of the analysis.
Right.
You can't dodge any bullets by parsing words and redefining and splitting hairs. The seminal question is, are you all in? Our ultimate advice to Anonymous is, I'm saying you got to decide whether you want to be married. Your advice is?
Get out.
He wants to leave. He's done. But I think, and it actually sounds like he's healed, but depending on the age of these children, I think he has to make peace with her regardless, because she is the mother of his children, and if they can have an amicable relationship, it's only going to benefit the children.
Well, it's hard to see the long run in the middle of a divorce, huh?
That's true, until you're done.
Well, I think we saved the right question for last. Everybody say thank you to Crimson. We're going to take a break. Broadcasting's going to take us out with a couple more songs. We'll be right back.